Hi friends, I'm Prabjot and I'm a yoga instructor. My today's session theme is Bhastrika, which is a wonderful pranayam for building up your immune system, and it is wonderful pranayam for the lungs. So people who are suffering from frequent flu, cold or cough problems, and people who have any respiratory problems, this is very good for those people. But before I tell you how to do Bhastrika Pranayam, I want you all to know a few prerequisites which is very important for which is very important to know before practicing any pranayam. One is that we should be doing this empty stomach. But if you want to have something like you cannot do empty stomach, some people they feel they want to have something when they wake up in the morning. They can have light tea, and with the tea they can have light snacks like biscuit or some dry nuts, and then they can practice this. They can start their pranayams after half an hour gap. And if you are having meals and you want to practice in the evening, then there should be minimum 3 hours gap. Now when you are going to practice this Bhastrika pranayam, people who are having high blood pressure or people who have heart problems, already they have these issues, right? And people who have hernia problems, and some of the people they have migraine headaches also. Now if you are undergoing the migraine attack, during those times you should avoid doing the Bhastrika. And people who have high blood pressure, heart problem, hernia, they should not attempt to practice this Bhastrika, because I want you all know that Bhastrika pranayam generates heat in your body, right? So this is basically a heat generating pranayam. So people who have more kapha in their body, water domination is more in their body, this is wonderful for those people. And this is best to practice this pranayam in winter season, as I said that it generates heat in your body. But people who have low blood pressure, right, and they can, and the people who have this kapha problem, they can practice this pranayam in the summers also, because heat will be generated in the body, and then this kapha problem will not give problems to them, right? And so let's start. How I will tell you how you can do this pranayam. First of all, for any pranayam, you have to sit comfortably on the floor on your mat. And for the people who cannot sit on the floor, they can sit even on the chair, but their feet should be on the floor and their spine, our back should be straight in all our pranayams. That may be Kapalbhati, that may be Anulom Vilom, that may be Bhastrika. But today we are going to talk about Bhastrika. Next, so you can sit in half lotus pose. This is half lotus pose. People who are more flexible can sit in full lotus pose also, right? And if you feel uncomfortable sitting in the Padmasana, the lotus pose, you have pain in your knees, you can simply sit in the cross-leg position that we also call as the Sukhasana, and your both hands should be on your knees. Now Bhastrika is like Kapalbhati only, but there are some differences. In Kapalbhati, our stomach is involved. We breathe through our stomach, right? But in Bhastrika, our lungs are involved. We have to breathe through our chest, right? So there is difference between Kapalbhati and Bhastrika. And also we should practice Bhastrika after Kapalbhati in the pranayams. When we are doing the pranayam sequence, we will do the Bhastrika preferably after the Kapalbhati. Now some of the people, they might not feel comfortable while doing Kapalbhati or while doing the Bhastrika. That is completely fine. You can practice it in a very slow pace, because some people have weak digestive systems, some people have weak abdominal muscles, some people might get pain while doing the Kapalbhati or Bhastrika because of the weak back muscles. So that you will get the strength in some time as you will keep on practicing, right? Okay, now in Bhastrika we will involve our chest, we will breathe through our lungs and not through the abdomen. And in Bhastrika we do forced inhalation and forced exhalation. Unlike in the Kapalbhati, we do forced exhalation and there is active inhalation. But here in Bhastrika, we will be doing the forced inhalation as well as the forced exhalation only. First, we will fill our lungs full. We will breathe in and fill our lungs fully with the air, and then we will fully exhale and empty out our lungs. Okay, so this is really good for the strengthening of your lungs, and it develops your immune system also, and it brings more oxygen in your body, more oxygen into your brain when we do Bhastrika. So it is a wonderful pranayam if you can practice it in a right manner. Okay, so I'm sitting in half Padmasana and my hands are in Chin Mudra on my knees. I'm going to close my eyes and relax myself for 2 breaths, preparing myself for the Bhastrika pranayam. And now I'm going to take a breath in and fill my lungs fully with the air. And exhale out with forcefully. So inhale with force. And exhale with force. So a continuous rounds of this you can do. So one inhale and exhale makes 1 round. So you can do these continuous 4-5 rounds and then take a break in between. When you want to take a break, you inhale deeply, pause for a moment, and then exhale deeply, and then relax for a moment, and then again do second round of Bhastrika, in which you can do the fast 6 times or 5 times as you feel comfortable. Like this you can do 3 rounds of Bhastrika. Now let me show you once again how to do it. We will breathe in forcefully. And now I relax. Now I want to tell you all that in between, when you are doing this fast round of Bhastrika, if you feel dizzy, if you feel something uncomfortable in between happening, you're feeling dizzy, then you should immediately stop and relax, right? Because some of the people, you might have poor lung capacity right now, so you might feel dizzy in between, but it is completely fine. You can relax in between and then again you can practice later on. So I hope you all understand how to do Bhastrika, and I also made it clear that who should not do Bhastrika. Again I will tell you who those people who should not do Bhastrika is: people who are having high blood pressure, people who are having some heart disease, people who have some hernia problem, people who are having migraine attack. The migraine attack is going on, and at that time you should not practice Bhastrika, but in the normal times you can practice the Bhastrika pranayam. And also the pregnant ladies, they should also not practice Bhastrika, right? And otherwise you can, normal people, they can do Bhastrika, and that is wonderful. There is one more benefit of doing Bhastrika. This will give a magical glow on your skin. So this is very good for clearing your skin and bring glowing and shining on your face. So I hope you like my video, and thank you. Namaste, and wait for my next videos. Bye.